Hello?
May I speak to Alyssa, please?
Yeah, I'm Alyssa.
Hey, Alyssa, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
The radio station?
Yeah, the entire radio station.
Well, I mean, why are you calling me?
I just want to talk.
Yeah, she sounds
Honestly,
excited.
I need somebody to talk to, and I figured I would dial a random phone number, hoping that Alyssa would answer, and it all worked out. Sometimes life is crazy like that, Alyssa.
What's the real reason you're calling me?
Well, because I got an email about you. It's from a guy named Kyle that you went on a date with.
What?
Yeah, you went out with a guy named Kyle a little while ago, right?
Unfortunately, I did.
So obviously, you
glowing.
didn't enjoy your date with Kyle very much.
No.
Well, Kyle enjoyed his date with you, and he liked you a lot, and that's why he emailed us, because he wanted us to see if we could get you on the phone since you haven't been responding to any of his text messages or phone calls or anything like that.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So do you think you could tell us why you're not wanting to go out with Kyle again?
I don't know that I want to broadcast it. I mean,
Well, you don't have to broadcast it. We will.
I know what you mean. I just don't want to really say it on the radio.
He told us about your date, and I would think from his recap that it would make him look bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you probably already know the reason. Why? I mean, he's told you about the date.
I'm guessing it's from his ex-girlfriend texting him throughout the date.
He told you about that?
Yeah. He told us about that, and he told us about how he spilt some wine after, too.
And how he handled the ex thing, like showing you the text messages.
I know. And I'm on the first date with this guy. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty boneheaded move, for sure. So that was it then. We should tell him never to show a date the crazy text from your ex-girlfriend that you're getting.
Well, yeah, that was definitely good advice because that wasn't good at all.
Right.
But, you know, I have a crazy ex, so I get it. So we talked about it, and I was like, okay, gotta let him off the hook a little. So, maybe he's nervous, whatever.
So wait, you're saying that you moved past that and you were okay with it?
I mean, I wasn't okay with it, but I was willing to, really give him a chance. You know what I mean?
All right. Then what ruined it? The wine?
He blew it again?
Spilling the wine, and you just had it. You're like, dude, that was a good glass of wine, you idiot.
It's a party foul, it's a dating foul. No, it was really the conversation leading up to that. He was very proud of his accomplishments and just talking about how much money he has.
Oh, God.
I mean, to the extent, it's 2 weeks ago, I rented a Learjet or something. It was like a private jet or something. Yeah, for his boys. And then they flew to Vegas. And then they're popping bottles.
Wow.
So jealous.
I know. I'm actually really jealous of him right now.
Both Jose and Jubal want to date him suddenly.
Yeah.
I don't get why men think that women are only interested in money.
I think it's because he was overcompensating because of the whole ex texting him, and he thought that bothered me.
Oh, so he's trying to impress you after messing up.
Right.
Yeah, and it obviously didn't work.
No, and that's when the whole wine situation happened, and then I couldn't believe what he did.
What did he do?
So he knocks over the glass of wine. It goes all over the table.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking, oh, gosh, we got to get the waiter for napkins. So I'm looking for napkins. As I look up, I see him reach in his back pocket, and he has these, two $100 bills, and he's dabbing up the wine with money.
No way.
Oh, my God.
That's
Did you just start
amazing.
laughing? Oh, my God. That is so out of control.
Hundreds?
I even asked him, I was like, what are you doing?
And how did he respond to that?
He said, no, worry about it. I'll take care of it. And that's when the waiter showed up.
Oh, my God. I'd be
Met some people
mortified.
who make a lot of money, and I've met some really douchey ones who make a lot of money, but I have never met anybody who would clean up a spill with $100 bills in order to prove to you how rich they are.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. And then the waiter's like, is everything okay here?
You're like, no,
God.
this guy's wasting hundreds of dollars
Yeah.
cleaning up wine.
And then he had the nerve to take the soap for $100 bills and give it to the waiter for his tip.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
So,
that
take my
sucks.
scraps, basically.
Rumbling.
Oh,
my
I mean,
God.
granted, I'd still be excited if I was a waiter and I got $200.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
I mean, I'd dried out. It'd be no big deal.
Whatever.
But I couldn't believe what a douche this guy ended up being.
Still $200,
When we
people.
talked to him, he sounded so nice.
I am nice.
Oh,
What was that?
that was Kyle. Kyle, you're supposed to wait until I call you into the conversation, but apparently when you got a bunch of money, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to listen to the rules.
Kyle, you're on the phone right now?
Yeah, and I'm sorry to jump in like this, but I just had to defend myself. I mean, I am a nice guy. I gave you guys $200.
You did. That's a very nice tip.
Technically.
That was the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me.
What's embarrassing? It was just a little bit of spilled wine. What's embarrassing about that?
Are you
There's nothing
kidding?
embarrassing about that.
It's not about the wine. You took $200 bills. He People don't even have that kind of money, and you soaked it in wine. It's so insulting.
It's not insulting. I promptly gave them to the waiter as a tip. I think that's a very generous tip. I think I was doing a nice thing.
Yeah,
It's a nice tip, but like after using money to clean up wine on a first date, that's kind of a douchey move, man.
Not kind of. Not kind. There's no kind of about that.
I realize that,
statement.
but I'm trying to be nice to him so he stays on the phone.
Honestly, I just grabbed it, but I make like 5 times that while we're sitting there eating dinner. So what's the matter?
Oh my God, you are still bragging. I can't even handle you right now.
It's not bragging. It's a fact. I can't help it if that's my life. That's just the way it is. That's just a fact.
Are you guys hearing this guy? This is what my entire date was like. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Look, if you wanted to date somebody poor that acts all poor, then you should have been on a date with me.
Dang, dude.
I don't care about poor or rich. I just want to date a good person.
Yeah.
I'm a good person. I'm a good, rich person. There's nothing wrong with that.
This is why I didn't return your calls, because the way that you talk about it, I mean, it's like I liked you before you started bragging about being loaded.
I wasn't bragging about anything. I was just telling you about my life. That's just how it is.
Kyle,
I wasn't bragging about anything.
You obviously have some insecurities, and that's why you're trying to make up for it with money. Like, I get that, but are you hearing what she's saying? Like, people can actually just like you for you. I think that's a positive thing.
I totally agree.
People do like me for me. It's just that I come with a lot of money. It's just people like me. It's part of me is all this money.
Oh, my God. You're so bragging right now. And you know what, guys? You didn't even hear the worst of what he said.
There's
It gets worse?
How?
What? What did I say?
I don't know how we got on this conversation, but I asked what his favorite things were, and he replied, commas.
What?
Commas?
Like he's into-
Yeah, commas, because he wants to get as many commas in his bank account as possible.
Oh my God.
You didn't say that, Kyle, did you?
That is so bad.
Hey, man, everybody's got to have goals, and I got goals. More commas. That's my goal, man.
But nobody is attracted to a person whose passion is just money.
You haven't been on a date with me. Once you go on a date with me, you'll forget about everything except the money.
Oh.
Well, speaking of dates, Alyssa, would you like to go out on a second date with Kyle?
gosh.
He will pay for it. I'm not paying for anything with you, Kyle. No.
Good point, Jewel.
Why should I? Kyle's got all the money in the world.
He's got all those commas.
Would you like to go out with him?
You know what? He may have all the money in the world, but he has no class, so no.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Didn't see that one coming.
Well, you blew it, sweetheart. It's your loss.
Oh, man, and the sweetheart, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Sorry, no second date for you, Kyle.
Oh.
Whatever. I'll go buy a second date somewhere else. I'm not worried about it.
I can't even believe this guy. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. But I do want to use that commas line at some point in my life.
Oh.
Thanks for that, Kyle.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.